Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another week of yoga. Stay firm. Sending that right foot back. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome or welcome back to Alexis Faye Yoga. I'm so very glad that you've decided to join me today. Today's class we're going to be focusing on sore muscle relief. As always, this is your practice. If anything is not feeling good in your body today, you can skip it, you can move on, you can fast forward, or you can stay in a pose for longer. That is completely fine. Just be sure to listen to your body. This is going to be an overarching sore muscle video, so if there's any specific things you have, let me know down below and I'll make a more targeted video for you. We're going to start in our Tadasana, in our mountain pose, bringing ankles under knees, under hips, or bringing the feet all the way together, finding somewhere that is comfortable for you today. Lifting up tall through the top of the head, lifting the chest slightly, pulling the chin in, so that our ears are over our shoulders, tucking the tailbone forward so we're long from the top of the spine all the way down through the heels. We'll open the arms out in front, closing the eyes and taking a few deep breaths. Stepping the feet a little further apart, we'll move to some happy elephants, waking up the shoulders, the hips, the spine, finding some movement through the whole body. Letting the arms run out of momentum. Keeping the feet where they are with a big breath in, we'll reach tall to the ceiling. Exhale, hinging at the waist, forward fold. Nodding the head yes. Shaking the head no. Releasing out the upper body. Putting as much bend to the knees here as your body wants or needs. We can wiggle out however feels right, maybe moving weight from side to side, foot to foot, or wiggling the hips. With an inhale, finding our half lift. Exhale to fold. We'll heel toe the feet out further for a wide-legged forward fold. Dropping the hands down, and again we'll stay here for a little bit. Wiggling side to side, forward and back. Maybe turn your toes in, heels out for an internal rotation. And then maybe try toes out, heels in for an external. Starting to play around, noticing what is sore. And then we'll take the hands one step further out in front of the toes, pressing down through the hands. And we'll shift forward and back, sending the tailbone behind, reaching, and then shifting forward, pressing our weight largely into our hands, trying to keep the heels down the whole time. So we're stretching the backs and up the insides of the legs. rocking the hands back into a more neutral position. With an inhale, finding a half high. Lengthening out through the spine, through the top of the head. Exhale to fold. We'll heel toe the feet back in towards center. Back to our regular forward fold. Inhale, half high. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan diving, the arms dropping them down, lifting us back up. Reaching tall with the fingertips. We'll interlock all but the pointer, sending them up to the ceiling. Picking up the left foot, taking it across the right, dropping the toes down, and then taking the fingertips over towards the right. So we're making a C shape with the body. Inhale back through center. Replacing the left foot, picking up the right. We'll take it over the left, reaching over towards our left side, C shape on this side. Inhale back through center again, dropping the elbows, lifting the chest, baby back bend. Taking the arms back up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half high. Exhale to fold. Dropping the hands down, reverse swan diving back up. Exhale, bringing the hands down. We're going to hug the body in. Taking the arms out nice and wide and bringing them around. Wiggling the fingers so that we're hugging the body in as tightly as we can. So we're getting that lengthening across the upper back. With our exhale, we'll hinge at the waist again, folding forward. Now we can find a little twisting or a little rotating from the shoulders or from the hips here. Or we can just continue to focus on hugging the body in tight, lengthening across the back. You may also like dropping your chin to the chest and letting the top of the head down towards the floor. With an inhale, we'll ragdoll our way back up, rolling slowly one vertebrae up past the next. Lifting the head and neck last. Opening the arms out wide. And now we'll put the opposite arm on top. So this will feel a little more awkward. If it doesn't feel awkward, you're probably doing the same side twice. So again, walking those fingertips around to the mid-back so that we're opening across the back. Exhale, hinging forward. And again, we have that option to bring the chin in towards the chest, dropping the top of the head down towards the floor. With an inhale again, ragdolling up the spine, rolling one vertebrae up past the next. Taking the arms out wide and releasing them down. We'll make our way to the mat. Bringing wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, tabletop. Pressing down into the floor. So we're nice and long across the upper back and across the collarbones. With an inhale, take the eyes and the tailbone up, dropping the stomach towards the floor. Exhale, arching up towards the ceiling, tucking in and under. We'll move back and forth with the breath. we can add any other movements that will feel good along the back or the shoulders or the hips. Maybe wiggling the tailbone. Maybe finding figure eights looping up past the wrist, coming across center back towards the heels and around, and large looping motions. Maybe barrel rolling the chest. Finding something here that feels good. Wiggling out, trying different things. And then when you're ready, coming back to our tabletop, we'll walk the hands one step further out in front of the shoulders, tucking the toes under, sending the hips up and back, down dog. Same kind of thing here, wiggling out through the body, noticing where we're feeling tension or tightness, breathing into those areas and stretching them out. Putting a bend to the knees, we'll drop the knees back down on the mat. Extending the left leg back behind, pointing the toes down. We'll drop the toes to the floor and then press back through the heel. So we're stretching up the backs of the legs and along the bottom of the foot. Lifting and bringing that left leg back in. Other side, right leg, point the toes down, drop them to the floor, and then press back. Back to our tabletop. We'll walk the knees to the outer edges of the mat, bringing big toes in till they touch, and drop the tailbone back for a wide-legged child's pose. With another in breath, we'll lift back up. And our next pose we can either do on our heels, stretching out the fronts of the knees, the tops of the legs, the bottoms and tops of the feet, or we can do it with our legs out in front. So finding a way that's most comfortable to you. We're going to stretch our chest and arms, shoulders next. Walking the fingertips back behind, pointing the fingers away from the feet. We'll walk them until we start to feel a nice pull across the front of the shoulders. With a really big breath in, lifting the chest, lifting the solar plexus, lifting the eyes, pulling the shoulder blades into the spine. Slowly rolling the shoulders forward to help us walk back up out of this pose. And we can stay here, still sitting on the knees if that's comfortable to you, or we can move to a crisscross applesauce or a lotus pose. We'll take the left arm up towards the ceiling, reaching really tall. Taking the right arm around the back, reaching up the spine, and we'll bend the left arm, reaching back, possibly grabbing the hands, and possibly not. Good. Slowly releasing the arms, taking them out, wiggle out. And I'll do the other side. Right arm reaches up towards the ceiling, left arm circles around, bends at the elbow, reaching up towards the head, and the right hand comes down, reaching towards the fingers. And again, slowly releasing back out. Bringing the legs out and around if we're not in our crisscross applesauce yet, or in our lotus pose. Sitting up nice and tall through the spine, dropping one hand down beside us. We'll take the other up and over, side stretch. Lifting back up through center and to the other side. Back up through center again. Closing the eyes, we'll take one large big breath in through the nose, fully releasing it out as a sigh. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I hope that helped. Again, if there were some areas that weren't stretched quite right, or any areas you'd like additional help on, let me know down below and I'll reach out to you with some other stretches, or I'll record another video like this if you loved it. Be sure to like and subscribe, that helps me out so very much. And have a wonderful rest of your day. Go in love and light.